into the bottom of the 8th inning in Game 2 of the ALCS, Stephen, it was looking pretty bleak for the Boston Red Sox, but then everything changes on one swing of the bat from Big Papi, hits a grand slam, ties the game. They go on to win the game. Can you just put in perspective for us how big that grand slam was for the Red Sox?
No, I can't. I mean, there's no way to put that in perspective. Bleak does not begin to describe the situation that they were in. It's not just that they were losing 5-1 in the 8th inning, which under any circumstances is very difficult to come back from. They had not done a thing in the first 2 games of this series up to that point against Tigers pitching. They've been striking out a ton. They were hitless, into the 6th inning, at least in both games 1 and 2. That swung the momentum of the series entirely. It utterly deflates the Tigers. Going to Detroit for Game 3, this is an entirely different series than it was before Ortiz came to the plate.
Absolutely, and Justin Verlander will get the ball for the Tigers in Game 3 in Detroit. What kind of outing do the Tigers need from their ace, one of their aces, to try to get the momentum back in their favor?
Well, I think the Tigers need exactly what Anibal Sanchez and Max Scherzer gave them in Games 1 and 2, a stellar outing by their starter. I will say Verlander better expect to throw about 190 pitches because I think Jim Leyland had little faith in his bullpen going into the game, and we saw that in the way he handled the 8th inning last night, leaving Phil Koch in the bullpen, a guy who in the past, a left-hander who's had a lot of success against David Ortiz. Leyland decided to go with his closer, Joaquin Benoit. I can't totally argue with that because he did go with his best pitcher. He went with Joaquin Benoit, and it didn't work out. On the other hand, if he had any confidence in Koch at all, I think that's the guy we would have seen there. So Leyland's not going to lean on his bullpen at all the rest of the series. Verlander better expect to go a long, long way in Game 3.
For as long as the Red Sox were known to be the team that would find any way to lose, have they now become a team that it seems inevitable that they will find a way to win?
It does sort of feel like you're watching the Yankees circa 1999 when you're watching them. And but let's not forget, this was an entirely different team last year when they lost 90-some games. They had a huge turnaround to be the best team in the American League this year, and a lot of that is the way they changed the makeup of their team, not just on the field, but off the field. And they do have a lot of guys. Dustin Pedroia seems to typify the attitude that team has as a team that never gives up, never says die, all the cliches you want to use. But yes, they clearly came true last night, and games like that just sort of make that attitude kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. If the Red Sox are down 5-1 in the 8th in Game 3 in Detroit, they're not going to be worried one bit.
No one's going to be turning off the TV early or leaving the stands,
Right.
That's for sure. Game 3 is on Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. Justin Verlander against John Lackey. Stephen Cannella, thanks so much.
Thank you.